Hello ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new review. Behind me is the new KGM Actyon. This is the top trim Ultra Suede. We're gonna check it out, so without further ado, let's just jump into the review. Here it is, new KGM Actyon, bigger brother of Taurus we had on test recently. Now we're gonna check it out in this video in depth. We have a top trim, it's called Ultra Suede. I'm gonna cut in the other trims and prices. This one is fully loaded and it costs 47,000 euros in Croatia. Now this one has the hybrid powertrain and I'm going to run you through the tech specs. So we have the 1.5 liter T-GDi. It's a 4-cylinder turbo petrol producing 150 horsepower, and next to it is an electric motor with 177 horsepower. The system horsepower is limited to 204 horsepower. It's a link to 6-speed automatic. It's basically a CVT transmission, and 0 to 100 is 9.5 seconds. Top speed is 175 kilometers per hour. It's 130 if you're driving in the EV mode. Now you have a 50-liter fuel tank and you have a 1.83 kilowatt-hour usable BYD's blade LFP battery, meaning double the cycles. It's not prone to catching on fire, safe, and on the long run it's going to last. Now with technical details out of the way, let me show you the key fob and let's run through the design of the car and functionalities. We have the KGM key fob. It has a little weight to it. Lock, unlock. You can turn on the headlights, panic button, and hold to open or close the power tailgate. If I turn on the headlights, they're at the bottom actually, so it's great. They're not blinding other drivers, or you're not blinding other drivers when you're driving a tall SUV. If I switch those off, I'm going to unlock the car. You're going to see mirrors unfold and you can see the turn signals. These are daytime running lights. You can see the animation of the connected LED bar. You have also this animation when you, sound when you unlock and lock the car. This is a keyless entry, so when you approach the car, it's going to lock or unlock depending if you're leaving or coming to the car. Now, beautiful design. It's big and tall. I love this sharp lines on the hood and this ridges. There's also sport elements, but it's not too sporty. It's more of an elegant big SUV. Now you can see when the car locks, it also does this little light show on the front LED bar. But let's come close and check out the details. This is a non-metallic white color, but it's maybe good if you scratch it. It's easier to match this paint and it's cheaper. Now you can see the daytime running light that switches to turn signal. The top LED bar has this like a grill mesh design. Underneath here you can see this is the short beam or the main headlight and the long beam. Through the lens we have this piano black details stretching around. You can also see the lip as well. You can see the parking sensors. Below the LED bar you can see the intake on the top and bigger one on the bottom. For the air you can see here the big radar, and we have wide lens camera for 360 parking. Now, if I show you the front end of this beautiful SUV, it's nice and tall, looking good. So let me lock it one more time and maybe unlock it so you can see that light dance. So KGM or ex-SsangYong has decided to remove the front badge. So there are some head turners around the car, but I think it's mostly because of the provocative design and no badge. You do have, KGM on those wheel covers, but yeah, but again, check this out. It's just gorgeous big SUV. Now let's check out the alloys. We have 20-inch alloys. We have diamond cut silver on metallic gray, 5-spoke that's branching out. This is 245/45 R20. You can feel it's a 20-inch alloy. This is adaptive suspension. It's pretty good, but still it's a big alloy. This one came with the Nexen tires. You can also, if you're lucky, get Michelin tires. You can see here the piano black underline at the bottom. You can also see this one. It has maybe some sort of aerodynamic feature you can see through. Also the piano black there. Now side mirrors, you have this silver part. You have the turn signal, wide lens camera for parking. You also have a blind spot. I don't think there's auto dimming, but I think there should be heating. The dash is same as in the Taurus. You can see here the VIN number. Now there's a light sensor for the infotainment. There's a light sensor for the automatic long beam. There's a camera for the lane and rain sensor. This part is tinted, as you can see from the inside. You also have double laminated front windshield and front windows. Now, A-pillars are in piano black, same as the roof racks. These are aluminum. You also have the openable panel roof, wood cover inside, and it's tinted, same as the rear windows. Plus you have the black shark fin antenna. On the top you have this silver piece stretching for elegancy, and you have a little bit chrome underline. So let me back up and show you this beautiful SUV from its profile. It's tall, very spacious inside, feels powerful as well, and it could be economical, up to 5.5 liters or more, depending on your driving style. You can press here to unlock or lock from the driver position. I believe behind this piece there's a physical cylinder if you need to get to the 12-volt battery. You can see here the rear. Now when the car is unlocked, you can just press here, uncap this, put it here, and put in gasoline or fuel, petrol, whatever you call that in your country. Now moving to the back end, we have nice design, I gotta say. If you remove this, this is like a Korean flag, South Korean of course. If you remove this, it looks like almost like some of the more higher posh competition, but I like it. I like the back end. And let's see here, if I lower down, you can see the parking sensors, and you can see the sporty diffuser with 5 strikes. So it's elegant, not too aggressive, but looking good. Now we have here also spoiler with this sharp edges, looking nice. And you have here the Actyon signature with the KGM badge and hybrid underneath it. You can see the lens here. You can press underneath to open. It's a rubber button. There's cold lights for the license plate illumination. Now you can press here, or you can use the key fob. So let me show you that. Hold to open. Now if you're new to the channel, welcome, and consider subscribing. It's completely free. Now I'm a 2 meter tall person, or 6.6 in feet, so just for comparison height wise, this opens nice and tall. Now if you're maybe shorter, you can adjust the height here. Hold the closing button until you hear confirmation sound, and it will memorize a lower height. This is also practical if you have a lower ceiling in the garage. Now you can unlock it from the inside. The rest is plain. Super big and accessible cargo space. You have this textile cover. It can be rolled in. You can take it out, store it underneath or in your garage if you have that, if you're lucky. Now let me show you the cargo space here. We have 668 liters of cargo space, 1,440 if you knock down the seats. Maybe something towards 500 if you count the extra space underneath, but that is that. This is nice and flat. If you put suitcases, it's easy. And this is false floor, max load 60 kilograms. So there's the LFP battery I was talking about. You can put some stuff on the side there. There's extra room. And here you have a room for a patching kit. So this is a Croatian standard emergency triangle. You can fit here, first aid box. You can put a fire extinguisher in there. There's a tow hook there. Sealant for patching a tire. You can see the compressor. You have to use here these clips for the 12 outlet. They didn't add 12 volt battery. They didn't add 12 volt outlet that you have here. Connector for that. Okay, let this go down. On the side here on the right, you can see small cubby. There's a cold light. You can press it in to disable it. It goes off when the tailgate is closed. You can close the tailgate from the inside, maybe if you're going camping. Seats knock down 60/40. Put that back there. On the left, these are deeper. Again, 12 volt outlet here, and you have 4 kilograms max grocery hook for your shopping. So let's cover this up and move to the front. Now, nice and slowly closing. Doesn't bang too hard. It slows down and locks. So once again, beautiful big posh SUV. I really love it, I gotta say. Now let's move to the back here. Okay, so the car has locked. It didn't fold the mirrors, so I'm just gonna press here. So sometimes it unlocks, but it depends. When you lock it, unlock it. When you lock it and lock it too many times, it sometimes doesn't want to do that. So great closing sound. The doors are nice and heavy. They're open, nice and wide if you need to put a child in the back seat. And good soundproof, more or less. If you have kids, you can turn here with a key and disable the excuse me, unlock from the inside. We have this sun cover for hot days such as this one, and that's good if you have kids on the back or if you just want some privacy. Now let's check out the materials. We have here something that looks like suede, but it's not. It's actually recycled plastic, a little bit rough to the touch. It looks like Alcantara, but it's not. So it does look posh. It's softly padded. You have red contrast stitching. Big handles, little chrome. This is softly padded, then hard plastic. And then you have piano black and this sort of almost like a carbon fiber imitation, maybe closed but not. Have heated seats and electronic windows. Only the front windows are fully automatic. You have the speaker there and decent pockets. Now, plenty of feet room. There's a carpet that has an anchor. We have this same material with red contrast stitching and then leatherette that's perforated in the middle. You can see the isofix there and you can see the top. So I closed the top shade because it's super hot today. Now you have the black roof liner as well. If you want to knock down the seats, you pull here. You have a seatbelt buckle, so it's not in the way. You can see here the back space. Now let's jump inside. So you have plenty of feet room. This is the lowest position. Now I'm touching here the back because I was sitting on the front. If there's a shorter person, this would be more forward. I would have maybe at least 2 or 3 fingers of space. Now to show you the headrest, you can adjust the height there. You can see the materials on the front seat. This is hard plastic. Have these leatherette pockets, 2 of them. Now you also have air vents closed and open. 2 USB-Cs for fast charging. 2 cubbies with a rubber mat. And transmission tunnel is not super tall, but it's taller, it's wide, so you can squeeze a third person for a short journey. You can see my palms are sweating, it's super hot. Now the front passenger seat has controls here, so you can move it easier, especially great if you have kids on the back. You can also adjust the tilt. Now these here, there's a rubber here, so you can put a tablet here. Just don't provide your kids too much screen time. It's not good for them, and you can maybe hang something here. Now this is again comfortable. These are nice and wide. You have here an armrest, so you can see that, 2 cups. And this can be adjusted height wise. You can press here to lower those. You can see the back space, and yeah, this is again very convenient. You can see here now more light, really beautiful contrast stitching on the top there, looking very posh. Now you have all 3 sides besides the driver slowly closing handles with little hooks for the shirts on the back. You can disable this light. It's actually cold light, but when the main switch is off for the front doors opening. Great closing sound. This is the front. We're going to check it out in a moment. So you can see I'm sweating. It's pretty hot outside. Now, for a 2-meter tall person, or 6.6 in feet again, it's a bit short. I'm touching the edge of the pan roof. Now, if you're like 190 or 185, you should be fine. So I can lower down, but it's not good for my back because I'm not straight. But for a short journey, I can survive. But for most of you, average height, it should be completely fine regarding headspace and knee room. Okay, moving to the front, there's no hooks on the B-pillars and the seatbelts are height adjustable, which is good. Now, check out the front. Same great opening and closing. The front and rear doors are heavy. It's usually only front doors. They open wide. Same materials. So you have ambient lights on the front. Unfortunately, nothing on the rear. And you can fold the mirrors manually. You can just adjust them electronically. All power windows, fully automatic on the front. You can lock and unlock the car from the driver position. Disable the window controls on the rear. For the kids, and speaker there, bigger pocket. Now there's an aluminum doorstep on the front. You can see the rubber paddles, attached carpets, powered seats. Look at this. You have the tilt, and by the way, the seats look really great design-wise. Now you have the lumbar, so you can see that for this one, and then you have the height control. I was in the lowest position, and you have the knee control here, so that's great. These are nice and on the more stiffer but firm but comfortable. Big bolsters here and here, so looking great. Once again, here's the view at the top and at the seats. This is a fuse box. We're gonna pop the bonnet at the end of the video. You can see here ambient lights as well. Now this steering column is adjusted in all directions. You can see the paddles are attached to the steering column. Now there are USB-C's toll outlet, and there's a rubber mat there. You can see there's an ambient light, so you also have some contrast stitching there and ambient lights. But let's jump inside. So it's just easy to swoop in if you're tall. Great opening and closing sound. Now start button. I'm going to turn on the car, switch to wireless. So there's going to be day point of view driving with no comments, and night point of view driving review with my impressions behind the wheel. So it's a nice point of view. If you're a taller person, you can see the hood, and you have a great overview around the car. Plus you have 360 cameras. Now let me zoom back in to normal lens. So you will always get this pop-up message. It goes away, but it's just a little bit annoying, to be honest. So KGM, if you're watching, maybe disable that. Okay, you can just press here, agree, or go away. I'm gonna mute the sound for a moment now. I'm gonna come back to that later. So the petrol has just engaged. It's not too loud. It's gonna recharge the battery and just switch off. Now, steering wheel. We have a 2-spoke steering wheel, flat top and bottom. Now we have perforated leatherette on the top and smooth on the sides. We have red contrast stitching on the top. This is a bit firmer or thicker. Now we have physical buttons, but piano black, we all know the pros and cons of that. This is just pressable, it's not turnable. So we have here favorites that you can customize. In this case, these are driving modes. You have here the auto hold. Now on the top, it's pretty much most explanatory. You have here heated steering wheel, phone calls, voice commands, volume up and down, press to mute, radio stations. I forgot what this is for. Maybe it's like for different media sources. Cruise control, speed limit, you can go up and down, distance, lane keeping, and trip computer, and then for the trip computer. Now we have recuperation paddles. By default, the recuperation is at level 2 out of 3. I like to crank it up to maximum to force regeneration, to drive mostly efficient as possible, but you can also disable that. Each new drive, it will reset to level 2. Light controls, keep them on automatic. Rear fog. Here you have the wiper lever, front, rear, and washing. Now this is softly padded, same as the rear. This is softly padded, top is softly padded. You have red contrast stitching. This is hard. You have black A-pillars. Closed, open air vents, same material as here. This is a wood imitation, ambient lights, mostly good overview. Around you, you can see the mirror with auto dimming, a little bezel, but it's fine. But I'm gonna come back to the top in a moment. 2 connected screens, sometimes on the camera flickering, but in person it's not the case. You can see a nice and symmetrical dash and air vents. I showed you the start stop, big hazards button. You can press down here. You can put here, this is rubberized, sunglasses perhaps, or something you want to hide. 2 USBs, full outlet, and there's that rubber mat. So ladies will like this, they can put their purse underneath. This is covered by leatherette, but it's stiff, so we have 2 cup holders that are adjustable with a rubber mat. We have here automatic, has this crystal design, but it's actually plastic, I believe. And electronic parking brake engages automatically. By the way, this is not piano black. It looks almost like a carbon fiber. It's slightly better. But if you want to push this to reverse, You can go through neutral and press it twice, back to drive 2 presses, or just hold. It will switch to reverse, or hold. It will switch back to drive, or press P to park. Now here are the cameras. Again, the screen is flashing, so just ignore that. You can here see the sides, so you can see the projections for the front or rear of the wheels, and you can see the wheels not to curb them. If I go back to reverse, once again, you can see here wide angle, rear. You can have this like transparent or with a car. You can have a 3D look of the car, and here you can play with different settings. So that's pretty great. It engages at low speeds. Now there's a wireless phone charger. You can see this is a nice design. This is stiff, so you have to press here to open. You can see the wireless charger. You can see here the little carpet at the bottom, so it's kind of spacious. It's, you know, plenty of room. The seats, again, amazing. Now, glove box is also very spacious. You get some manuals here. There's a warm light. You see that. Now, show you the top here. We have cold lights matching, and if you press this one in, now when you open the doors, the lights are off, but if you press it in, the lights will come on when you open the doors, and the room will turn on the lights inside. Now I'm gonna open the cover so you can see when you have more light here how it looks. Very spacious looking. This is tinted. You can press here to open the roof. You can vent it, or you can just hold. So you have to keep holding to open. You have the wind deflector. It's pretty wide, so you can press once quickly or interrupt. It will completely open and close, so you don't have to hold it all the time. So like that, one big press, and you can see that. Now you have here temperature sensors. You have a mic for the Bluetooth calls. Maybe you can put a document here. When you open this, light comes on, you can see the mirror, beauty mirror, and this does extend. Look at this. So this is not covered. It's not fully covered, but it is better. And not to forget, plenty of headroom on the front, not touching the roof. Now let me run you through the digital cockpit and through the driving modes. If you press this one, you can see here sport. It's a different color, eco or comfort. Now if you press this one, you can see here you can have full map view. You can have here radio, trip. Now I've driven the car shortly, so you can see the consumption. This one is the one I didn't reset, 7.5. That's probably on the highway. I got it lowest 5.5 on an open road, and this is current. You can see here the energy flow. Now the petrol is on, recharging the battery, and you can see here the tire pressure. And this one is lane and distance. Moving to this screen, you can see that depending on the light, now it's not flickering on the camera, so it's just the camera. This is the home screen. Now you have here the AC menus. You can turn on ventilation, play with climate controls. There's also power tailgate shortcut there. You can have here compass and radio. Pull down menu is right here. You can add favorites. You have driving modes, headlight height adjustment, brightness, volume. You can disable here the speed limit shim, which is annoying. Resets every new drive, and take a break. Downhill assist, you can here have clock only. There are shortcuts here for the climate control. You can press here and come back. Now for some reason the radio comes on. Here's the navigation. It comes to this, you can have it full screen. It's a TomTom. I'm not going to run through these settings. There's plenty of options, standard options, avoid tools, and so on. I would prefer if it would memorize this, but it doesn't. Now if you go back to the home here, you can press on TomTom and it brings the navigation. I would prefer if we just keep the small navigation by default here, if anyone's watching from KGM. And if you press here, you can have these icons. Now, rear seat sleep will disable rear speakers if you have kids sleeping in the back seat. Now, here's the radio stations. You can have AM and DAB. You can have those. So let me just quickly play for some music. If you press up, you're increasing the volume, but if you hold it, it will increase the volume. So just keep, it goes up. So I have to keep talking not to get a copyright strike. You need to be holding this to lower the volume or press it. There's no volume knob. Nothing here, nothing below the screen or on the side, so I think they should have added something maybe around here or whatever. The sound is good, it's not super impressive. You can connect your devices like Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and just standard Bluetooth. These are the favorites, so I'm just gonna show those. You can pause the screen and check those out. You can see here the energy flow on the big screen. You can see here how much EV drive or hybrid drive. You can see your average fuel consumption, battery status, and energy flow. Now, to run through the vehicle settings quickly, because this is going to be a very detailed review, I want to keep it under half an hour. I will just run through here. You pause and read. Sorry, there's more. Now, dashboard settings. Climate. Door and tailgate. So you can knock the rear tailgate to open it. Lights, coming and leaving home. You can like set that. There's ambient lights. I can show you that in the night review. I'm going to do that separate video on the channel. Convenient features. You can even type in your license plate there. Virtual engine sound, and you can reset everything. General settings, to quickly run through those. Display options. You can have night and day theme. You can have these backgrounds. So that's pretty nice if you ask me. Split screen. Okay, so let me just check that. Okay, I prefer 24 hours in Europe. Sound settings, you know, equalizer, standard stuff. Language. Did it run for the clock? Okay, you can manually set the clock. And system. So that's it. It's very detailed infotainment. It is sometimes a little bit slow. Could be slightly faster if we're being honest, but it will do. So those are pros and cons, if you will. Now, the front seats are heated. You have, again, the heated steering wheel, and you have front ventilated seats, which is pretty nice in warm days such as this one. I'm gonna switch it off and pop the bonnet. We're just about 30 minutes in. So if you like this presentation, give it a like. Okay, actually didn't open it until now. You can see the washer fluid reservoir, and there's a huge cover, KGM Hybrid. Now that's a coolant, another coolant. So this is bolted in. I'm going to try here. So that might be the petrol. Yeah, that's the petrol. And then here is the, well, you can see a little bit high voltage cables. The electric motor, again, system is 204 horsepower, 177 combined with 150 from the petrol. That's it. Let it drop, closes perfectly, and that was the new KGM Actyon review. Okay guys, that's it. If you enjoyed the video, like, share, comment below, help me with the algorithm, and You can also help me if you share this on KGM forums, if you're by any chance on one of those, if you find this video informative. Now, stay tuned for the separate day point of view driving with no comments, night point of view driving review, and my impressions behind the wheel and the point of view as well, plus night review where I'm going to show you the car, same setup at night. See you in the next one. Bye.